Okay, so here we are in Age of Mythology, and the Norse start things off with an attack card. We're going to start off with a 5-point attack card. Pulled some dice out because I think I'm going to need them. They're going to attack to try to capture land from the Greeks. Okay, well, they picked a 5 card, so they've put 5 of their creatures, including their giant and their dragon and one of each other type, into play. The Greeks have to look at their battle cards and try to figure out what they got. They only have the 3 mortal types. So, what can they do? Well, they're good against flyers. I think that dragon's a flyer. I don't know. I have to look. I don't know what. I got one of these. I got some of these. One of these. That's it. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, that's a flyer. So, I'm definitely interested in things that can kill flyers. And that's these. They can also kill warriors. This is good against mortals and cavalry, and this is good against heroes and archers. Looks like I got nothing that can face Frost Giant, which has a bonus against mortals. Oh joy. Well, do I even want to fight? I could just withdraw and let the Norse take something of mine. Or I could go where they're going to have, let's see, they're going to have mortals and warriors. Well, this is, I definitely don't want to use them. So, the best I've got is 3 dice against 10. I'm going to call a retreat and let the Norse win the battle without a fight. Okay, well, the Norse are able to take something. So I didn't need those dice after all. What do they want to take? Well, they could take a desert, which gives them 2 blue. They could take a fertile, which gives them 2 green, which is really good. Or they could take 2 wood. Hard to call what they want. This card goes at the bottom of the deck. I think, do they want green or do they want wood? They've already got slightly higher wood production. We'll cut them down either way. I'm not sure which to take. I got more forests than fertile, but it's a hard call. 3, 4, 2, 3. I'll take the food production. And my army returns back. And that's their turn. Now, very obviously, the Greeks aren't going to be able to come back with a direct attack. They're going to have to do something else, and I'll take care of that. So the Greeks are going to play their recruiting card, which goes over here. They get to recruit 2 things. Well, one that they definitely want is a Medusa. That costs them a green and 3 blue. And you gotta find something that looks like a Medusa in this pile of garbage. This looks like a Medusa. I'll put that in their army. And now, what else do I want? I'd like to build more. I have no blue. I could build a Minotaur for 2 green and 2 brown. That sounds like a good idea. If I can find what a Minotaur looks like in this pile. I think this is one. So what did I say? 2 green and 2 brown. Because we don't want to get caught again by that kind of battle situation. Now, the Egyptians are saying, wow, I guess I'm next. I don't know what my creatures do, but I doubt that they're particularly good. Chariot archer, flyers and warriors, cav and heroes, mortals. Negates the effect of walls and towers. Well, that's an interesting combination. That's pretty good, actually, the elephant. But it's not good enough. And I'm going to try to recruit as well. Not sure. I want something that can kill giants, and I've got something that handles flyers. So mummies, when mummy defeats an opponent, a new mummy is gained. Wow, that's kind of cool, but it's not good enough. This is a giant. This is a giant killer. And this is a giant killer. Well, that's kind of cool. This is good against Cav. Well, I think the key to me is getting that giant killer in the play, because all of these are mortal and they'll be in danger. So that's 2 gold and 2 blue, and I get a Sphinx. And this is my normal recruit card. I get 2. I gotta find a Sphinx. That's not a Sphinx. Oh, this looks like a Sphinx. Okay. Now what else can I build? Well, I could build another Sphinx, but what about other things that are kind of cool? I could get the Phoenix. That's kind of cool. Scorpion Man? How about my mummy? 3 gold and 2 blue, because, and that looks like a mummy. That's sort of my bonus creature. If I pick right and attack with that, I get an extra creature. Okay, so now we're back on the Norse, and I'll continue through the turns. I don't know if they're going to attack. They have another attack card in hand, but everybody's building stuff to deal with their creatures, so they may be better off building or exploring, which they also have. So those of you who know the game probably noticed I made another mistake. I forgot the spoilage at the end of the first turn. I've rectified the situation. Everybody's down pretty low at this point. All those points I thought I had, well, some of them had to be discarded, and I did that by figuring out what the costs of what they build. Let me make sure this looks big, and I don't believe it. So many damn decks in this game. Yeah, no, I didn't spend any gold, so that's fine. Alright, so everybody's up to even now, but this is really a hassle to keep track of all these things solitaire. I can imagine it would be easy. Oh, look what else I forgot to do. I forgot to give my victory point cubes out. Hey, the Norse, they would have put one last battle because they were planning on that, and we'll give them that point as soon as it's done. Green, what are they doing? I don't know. They're going to put in the Wonder, and the Egyptians are going to put in most buildings. So we get a point over here, and I'll put this over here so I don't think about spending it or anything, because they did win the last battle. Alright. Yeah, I'm being sloppier than most with this. This is a problem with light games, is I don't treat them as careful. So I'm more likely to screw up, because when I see a rule book that looks like this, hey, I expect I don't have to actually read it. It's all these pretty colors and everything, right? Okay, so the Greeks played a gather card. Again, this is one of their permanents, so it goes right back in their deck. And we're able to position their dude finally. Got a bunch of blue. Everyone else got their production. Production was blue only. However, they had people in place, and as far as I can understand from the rules, and again, you know, I mean, I can't pour over these. They're too colorful and confusing for my taste. But as far as I can tell by reading them, and the only place where it seems to be actually covered, and this pisses me off, is over here in the strategy. I mean, it's sort of covered here and in the examples and everything. It's not clearly stated in the rules themselves, and we find that very disturbing, along with the colors and the annoyance of them. However, moving onward, everybody got their production, whatever, you know. The Egyptian is playing an Explore card, and they're going to spend a blue to invoke the God Power, which allows them to take 2 tiles before any other player chooses, and this one gives them a total of 5 tiles to pick from. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They didn't get a great draw here, bunch of blue hills. Everything's blue except this forest. They're not really short on food. They can't take hills. They could take the forest with food. They don't have to take anything. This is a tough call. They would really like some wood. I think they're just going to pass. They don't have anything that they can put anywhere. Except for in that one forest space. Oh wait, they have a swamp. Yeah, they'll take, They only got one swamp left too. And they got a lot of blue production. They're just going to pass. That gives it to this guy. He says, oh, yeah, I'll take food. And then over to the Greeks who say, I got lots of hills. I will take something in the hills. The rest of the cards go back in the bag. So that was not a good turn for the Egyptians. Goes into their random tile. But I wanted to show you how a god tile card went. They had to pay for it to get it to trigger off. Okay, I'll finish up the turn. And that's the end of this turn. We get discards. So you want to discard this attack. It's a permanent. You might as well. So you want to discard his attack. Oh, I don't know. Gosh. Feels like battle isn't getting him anywhere. He wants more draws. And this is a permanent. You can get rid of that. We have to drop quantities down. Now he's got a storehouse which allows him to hold 8 cubes, but he spent so much that he doesn't have much left. And he's fine. Guess he's going for production +2 wood per gather, +2 gold per gather. I guess I have to look up because, you know, things are not intuitive at all in these kind of games. It feels Euro-ish in that sense. Do the buildings give you no matter who produces? Because if not, well, I cheated, but I think he threw away enough of that. So wood, yes, they have to, no, regardless, no. Yeah, they have to actually play the gather action to get the bonus off that. That's what I was thinking about with the people, I guess. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to send this one up. So far, this game is making me really miserable. Between the hard to see big plastic things, some of which are very similar, and the annoyance of the kind of decision making of a Euro game, along with all these decks of cards I got to be paying attention to. Just a complex set of things that maybe is better without being solitaire, but for me, I can't say that I feel any great thrill about this at all. And even in multiple players, I would be sitting there trying to make these calculations on, oh, what's better, what's better, what's better. Now, I'm sure if you play this a lot, you get that almost intuitively, but here's the problem. I feel like you should get that just from a feel for the game without having to go through all those calculations the first couple times. And that's one of the things I think I don't like about Euro games is that you have to, you know, you have to figure out the puzzle. And then once you do, hey, now you know the game and it's almost like it's over. That's why people stop playing these after a year or whatever. All right, sending this one up.